slide 101, lesson 6, the Qal Perfect Past Tense. Okay, here's our table, and we're going to have a look at some singular examples. So this is the singular table. You're only speaking to one person or of one person here. He guarded, she guarded, you guarded to a woman, or I guarded. They're singular examples. Past tense. This is the Qal Perfect Past Tense verb form. In lesson 7, we'll have a look at the future tense verb form, the Qal Perfect, future tense. Okay, first example. V'lachoshek kara laila. V'lachoshek kara laila. And the darkness he called night. And the darkness he called night. V'lachoshek. And to the darkness. V'lachoshek. And to the darkness. And for the darkness. Kara. He called Lila. So he called Kara. That's just this form here. Okay, hasn't got any additional bits and pieces on the end because the basic verb, the 3-letter verb root is in the past tense. And it means he, something or other. In this case, he called. In this case, he guarded. V'lachoshek kara laila, and the darkness he called night. There's a there's the definite article, the word for the, implied in here because this is a sound. It's absorbed the hey. Again, that's getting into the nuts and bolts of it all. Right, so that's a third person masculine singular, kara. Let's have a look at the next one. V'hamelech David shalach el Zadok. V'hamelech, and the king. V'hamelech, and the king. So this is the definite article. This is their word for the in Hebrew. This is letter hey, and in here it's just been absorbed. So we still have the sound of the ha, but it's been absorbed into the lamed. So it becomes la, not le. V'lachoshek, and to the darkness. Here, v'hamelech, and the king. David here, David, v'hamelech, David, shalach, sent, el Zadok, to Zadok. Zadok is the priest. It's a person's name. So, and King David sent to Zadok. He sent. So here's another third person masculine singular. Again, it's just this one here. And by default, the verbs, when they're written like that, with the kametz and patach underneath them, that is the basic 3ms past tense, perfect, completed action. So this is shalach. It's not sending or will send, it's he sent. V'hamelech David shalach el Zadok. Okay, the next example. Ish Elohim nafla min hashemayim. Ish, it is the word for fire. And the word for fire, ish, if we put a yod in there, it becomes the word ish, a man. Ish, a man. And if we put a hey at the end of the shin, it becomes isha, a woman. It's the word for woman. So man and woman are fire. Esh. Esh Elohim. The fire of God, nafla, fell. You might have heard of the giants. The word for giants in Hebrew, one of the words for giants is Nephilim or Nephilim, the fallen ones. Nephal means to fall. So they were great men in the eyes of the world, but they were from the eyes of God, looking from down from above. He sees that they are fallen from a great height, both spiritually and physically. So the fire of God fell. Esh Elohim nafla. And it's the word here, nafla, is the feminine version. It's not nafal, it's nafla. It's this literally says the fire of Elohim, of God, she fell. She fell. You see that there? She fell. So the fire is so we know that this word here, esh, is a feminine noun. And where did it fall from? Min hashemayim. From min hashemayim, the heavens. Hashemayim. The fire of God, she fell from the heavens. Although we don't translate it quite like that, we say the fire of God is fallen from heaven or fell from heaven. But in Hebrew, it's literally she. Because everything in Hebrew, everything is either male or female. So that's the third person feminine singular. Okay, the next example. Yakare isha ki meish lukacha. Yakare isha ki meish lukacha. By the way, this is ki, it's not ke, because it's followed by this chirik is a s sound, but when it's followed by a yod, it becomes an e sound, like the I in machine. So it becomes an e sound when followed by a yod. So ke becomes e, ki. Yakare. He called. He called. He will call. He will call. Yakare isha. Woman. Ki meish lukacha. For from man she was taken. She was taken. Lakach means to take. Yeah, he took, but lukacha means she took. Okay, and the vowels are slightly different here because this is a what's called a weak verb, and we'll look at weak verbs in lesson 8. But it's still got the same hey tacked on the end. Okay, and you don't need to worry too much. You just need to be able to pronounce these vowels. You just need to practice. So in English, he will call Yakare her woman, because she was taken out, lukacha, of the man, meish. Or in the Hebrew it says, he will call her woman from a man, or from man, she was taken. So here's the word isha, and here's the word ish. Remember how I said ish is fire? And here isha, that's the word for woman, and ish is the word for man. So they both, the word for man has an aleph, a yod, and a shin, and the word for woman has an aleph, a shin, and a hey. They both have the fire there. Okay, and if you take the yod here and the hey here, when man and woman come together, you have Yah, because Yahweh, is in the midst of a holy marriage. Okay, so let's go on to the next example. By the way, that's a third person feminine singular. Lo avadta et Yahweh Elohecha besimcha. Lo avadta et Yahweh Elohecha besimcha. Lo means not. Avad means he served, and avadta means you served. So this altogether means not you served. So this form here is the 2ms form right here. See, it's exactly the same vowels and everything. Okay, lo avadta et Yahweh, the Lord, Yahweh, Elohecha, your God. So there's the pronominal suffix, the cha at the end of Elohe, meaning Elohecha, your God. Besimcha, with joy. Have you heard of Simcha Torah? That's rejoicing over the law. Well, Simcha is rejoicing. So here it's translated joyfulness. Lo avadta et Yahweh Elohecha besimcha. Thou servest not Yahweh thy God with joyfulness. Alright, the next example. Lo ki zachakt. Lo ki zachakt. By the way, this will have another 2 dots under it. It just hasn't come up on this slide. Under the tav should be 2 dots, a shiva, a vocal shiva. Lo ki zachakt. Lo means not. Ki means for. Zachakt means you laughed. It's a 2fs. Sorry. 3fs. Where are we? 2fs. Yeah. Nay, but thou didst laugh. That's when the angel was replying to Sarah. She said she didn't laugh, but he says, nay, but thou didst laugh. Lo ki zachakta. Okay, and the final example. B'kol kochi avadti et avichen. B'kol kochi avadti et avichen. Avichen. B'kol, with all. Again, the bet here is put in front of another word. Now, how do you recognize it? Well, you just begin to notice which are the main words and which are just the letters that are added to them. See this? I know that word there, samach, is the actual root, and I know that letter there is being added to it to say in or on, and it's translated here with, and the same here. It'll be translated the same. With all my power, kochi, with all my power, b'kol. Again, kol is a very common word. It means all, and it's not pronounced kal, but kol. It has a o sound, even though it has a kametz here. It's the o, it's the o, the o sort of sounding version of kametz. There's just a few exceptions, and this is a very common one that's not pronounced as it's written. It's not pronounced kal, it's pronounced kol. B'kol kochi, with all kochi. That's the koch is power, kochi is my power. With all my power, avadti, I have served, or I served your father.